In this lesson for BobCAD-CAM, we're going to cover basic simulation for mill and lathe. As you can see, we have a mill part with toolpath already on it open on the screen. If we wanted to simulate this part, simply go to Modules and Mill Simulation. Now this will take just a moment to open up. And once inside this simulation portion of the software, you'll see we show the tool and the part and some toolpath and everything. And for those of you that have the full machine simulation, you'll actually see the machine in here as well. A couple of the basic buttons here. You have your play button, forward, back, stop, pause, restart, loop, your different views. If you roll your mouse wheel, it zoom in and out. Hold the left mouse button to rotate. Right mouse button is pan. But if you get all messed up, you always have this button here, which is fit to screen, and it will bring it back down to fit. You also have your different views here as well. These across here, these are quick visual options. Like I like to turn off the toolpath so I'm not looking at it. I turn off the initial stock so I'm not looking at this starting stock and making it hard to see my part. And I'll probably turn off the workpiece. That's a double click with the down arrow. You can make it show, transparent, or hide. So all I'm going to leave on is my tool and my stock just to see how it cuts. You have your speed slider here. And then over here you have the ability to use machine focus, which moves the components as it would on the machine. So if your machine, the table is the X and Y and the head is the Z, it will move the tool and the part that way. You can go to workpiece focus, which locks the workpiece, and the tool is what moves up in only. And on tool focus, the tool is locked and the workpiece moves around. You have a progress bar at the bottom. It's kind of like a movie. If I wanted to fast forward, I can just drag it to that point. It will fast forward to that point and I can play from there. So if I just hit play, you can see it's just going to run around and show me how it's going to cut it when it goes out to the machine. Now these moves you're seeing here are not G-code. This is just positions passed over from BobCAD to the simulation. The simulation does not simulate G-code, just toolpath movements. If I was to go to statistics and scroll all the way to the bottom, I can see a total machining time if your speeds and feeds are set properly. So if I didn't want to wait on this any longer, I could simply just grab it, slide it across to the end, or almost to the end wherever I want, give it a moment to fast forward, and then play it from that point on. There's my finished result. Now a couple things I want to show you here real quick just to help with. Obviously my tool is not going to make those shapes in there. That's a graphical display. Better the graphics, the better the simulation. If I zoom in on it, I can come up to the plus and minus, which is refine, and hit plus. It's going to take it a second and it's going to cut everything that's outside the window away and enhance the graphics on that point as you can see it. And you can see there's nothing there. But you can see it cleaned up and showed me a little bit better graphics. Minus brings it back. As well as on the cut sim tab, you have your accuracy. The better graphics card you have, the farther right you can go, but it will take a little bit longer to calculate. If you have a weaker graphics card, you can go to the left. And you also have some other options here that you can turn on and off as well to help with the graphic control. So when you're ready to get out of the simulation, just simply hit the X up here in the corner. The other one I want to show you is I'm going to jump over to a lathe part that I've already got toolpath here. For this one, just go to Modules and Lathe Simulation. It'll be the same thing. It'll take just a moment to open. So once this opens up, you can see it's the same simulation with the exact same controls. Now lathe does not have full machine simulation at this time, so it's just going to show the part and the tool. Again, I can turn off the different ones, the tool path, initial stock, and the part, so I have just the stock and the tool. This one I tend to run a little bit slower. Again, your operation bar, and hit play. And you see it's just going to show me how it's going to run when it gets out to the machine. Again, cycle times are available under statistics if you scroll all the way to the bottom as well. And you can see I don't have my speeds and feeds set properly on this one. It's just a sample part. Again, you can stop and drag it across, whatever you want to do here with this as well. It's just going to do the drill and then a cutoff on the back and that part is done. If you want to restart it again, just hit the restart button and it'll go back to the original. And then the X closes it down. This concludes this lesson.